Longtime subscribers of this channel know of my love for Steven Spielberg's Hook. I think it's his masterpiece, his most accomplished movie. And the soundtrack by John Williams is also my favorite John Williams piece of work. Both masters at their absolute peak, the peak of their creative juices and powers. Last year, La La Land, not the musical, not the movie, but La La Land is a record label who specializes in specialty records, small runs of, niche and cult music. La La Land Records, they decided to release a complete Hook soundtrack. Yeah, so the 1991 CD, cassette and vinyl was just, let's say, 70 minutes of music, but of course, every time a maestro composes music for a movie, a lot ends up on the cutting room floor. There are lots of cues that are never used or lots of cues that are never released because most record companies tend to release just one disc of material, and the maximum of 80 minutes on a compact disc is not nearly enough for all the music that the composers have conducted and or written or composed. So, yay! Last year, this is the, the ultimate edition of Hook. What's included? Music composed and conducted by John Williams, of course. Lyrics by Leslie Bricusse, performed by the Hollywood Studio Symphony. There's 3 discs. First disc, almost 80 minutes worth, is the score presentation. Disc 2, another 78 minutes, is the score presentation, continued and additional music. And the third disc, 79 minutes, is songs, alternates and source music plus bonus tracks for 3 disc total of 3 hours and 56 minutes. That's almost 4 hours of Hook John Williams goodness. A limited edition of 5,000 units. Very exciting. I had to also use my good friends Pim and Lauren who's American and whose mom is still living there, and who of course is able to have stuff sent to her house, and then we can escape the nasty shipping costs and customs whenever Lauren visits her mom. I had this shipped to Lauren's mom. It arrived, I think, in December, and I only got it today in July, so I had to wait 7 months, but I think it was worth the wait. Look at this. Gorgeous. What is included? A first disc with lovely character artwork. Let's see. There's a booklet, which we'll get to in a minute. Then there's another booklet. And then there's disc 2 and 3, again with lovely artwork. Very nicely done. What's in the... You rarely get 2 booklets for a CD or... So let's see. The Ultimate Edition. Disc 1. There's stars with where the lyrics by Leslie Bricusse. Apparently he passed away. So hats off to you, sir. In October 2021. That's Leslie, that's John, Mr. Williams, as if I know him. We have lots of cues. 29 tracks on disc 1, and then 10 tracks on disc 2 for the score presentation. So that means there's 39 tracks just for the score. Then there's additional music, 21 minutes, including the Hook prologue, Banning Back Home, From Mermaids to Lost Boys, etc. Then on disc 3, there's songs, alternates and source music for 68 minutes. So that's, for example, Childhood When You're Alone, sung by Moira. The Stories Are True, The Arrival of Tink, The Flight to Neverland, all alternate takes, The Never Song, The Never Band, The Never Feast. Very, very nice. And then there's 3 bonus tracks for a total of 10 minutes and 32 seconds, a Pirate Sequence instrumental, Smee's Concertina medley, and presenting the Hook vocal version segment. Oh, I really hope that's Hook, Hook, give us the Hook, 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 which I've quoted endlessly for the past 33 years, ever since Hook was released. Music composed and conducted by John Williams, lyrics by Leslie, original soundtrack album produced by John Williams, again. This is very nice. It was recorded and mixed by Sean Murphy on Various dates in June, October, November 1991 at the Barbra Streisand scoring stage, formerly known as West Side Studio Services in Culver City, California. Then there was some additional material recorded and mixed by Armin Steiner in March, April, October, November of 1991 at the Newman scoring stage, Century City, California. Well, then there's some vocalists. Of course, When You're Alone is sung by actress Amber Scott. When You're Alone, Moira's Lullaby is sung by actress Carolyn Goodall. Mothers, well, there's nothing about Who Gives the Hook, so perhaps it's not included after all. There's some special thanks, of course. Steven Spielberg, Kathleen Kennedy, Frank Marshall, John Williams, Jim V. Hart, they're all thanked. Visual effects, matte images furnished by Industrial Light and Magic. And then, of course, all the featured players, which is, for example, the conductor, the contractor, the violins, the violas, the flutes, the clarinets, the trombones, the copyists, the orchestrators, the accordion, etc. There's even one guitarist, W. Dean Parks. Guitar is not the first instrument you associate with the music of John Williams. Then what's in the second booklet, which is a lot thicker, it says Awfully Big Soundtrack, which of course is a play on words on the Awfully Big Adventure. To live would be an awfully big adventure. Album notes by Mike Matessino, John Takis, and Jason LeBlanc. And there's even, wow, this is really, oh my lord, this is a lot of text. So really great additional value for all your Hook fans. Great stuff. So yeah, every track, every cue has some stories. So for example, here it says, the ultimate war kicks off with martial minor mode statements of Peter's theme as the Lost Boys suit up. Meanwhile, a quote of "Stick with me" accompanies Hook's induction of Jack as a pirate prince, but Peter interrupts to spar with Hook's men and summon the Lost Boys to battle. The swashbuckling music that follows is a ride of acrobatic twists and melodic inventiveness. Peter's theme is heavily present, of course, but there are also powerful statements of the Lost Boys theme, as well as frantic interjections of "Stick with me," largely for the exploits of Smee, all building to a grand flourish of the childhood theme. Great. So this is really a masterful essay, everything one could or would like to know about the complete Hook soundtrack. Shortly after Hook opened in cinemas in December of 1991, John Williams announced that he would step down as principal conductor of the Boston Pops at the end of the 1993 season. He assumed, however, the role of laureate conductor as well as artist in residence at Tanglewood and continued to conduct and produce albums with the orchestra for many years. In 1995, he recorded 5 concert arrangements of material composed for Hook. I would have loved to have been there. The Flight to Neverland, Smee's Plan, The Face of Pan, The Lost Boys Ballet, and The Banquet, all of which expand upon cues composed for the film. These arrangements were collected on the Sony Classical album Williams on Williams, The Classic Spielberg Scores, the second of 3 releases which survey the most remarkable composer-director partnership in cinema history. As of 2023, that collaboration encompasses 29 feature film projects spanning 50 years. It may have taken more than 30 of those years for this ultimate edition of the Hook soundtrack to become a reality, but as time stands still in Neverland, it hasn't aged a day. I couldn't have said it better myself. Kinda emotional. Yeah, I even got goosebumps. I'm very happy to finally own the complete score to my favorite Spielberg and my favorite John Williams soundtrack to boot. Yes. Well, what can I say in closing? If you've never seen Hook, my son has never seen Hook because he's 3 years old and he doesn't understand English and he can't read subtitles. If you've never seen Hook, do give it a watch. It's a, slightly misunderstood masterpiece. There are folks out there, gents out there that don't like it, but I say they are wrong. And rumor has it that even Spielberg doesn't think too highly of Hook. But please, sir, Mr. Spielberg, if you ever watch this video, and I'm sure you will, Why won't you? No. If you ever find yourself in doubt and think about the misses in your career, in your life, Hook is not one of those. Hook is not a miss. Hook is a masterpiece. Yes, it is. Thank you for making it.